Hello dear students, welcome to Social Science class. Today let us continue History 4th lesson, the Ancient Civilizations. In this series we are discussing about Chinese and Greek civilization. Chinese civilization. The country that lies to the east of India is China. Yangtze, Sikiang, Hoyangho rivers are the important rivers in this region, and it flourished in the banks of these rivers, so they are called as the cradle of Chinese civilization. Now let us see the political history. The first ruling dynasty was the Shang dynasty. It ruled between 18th century and 12th century BC. The prosperity of Shang people depended on agriculture, crafts from the bronze and porcelain dishes. Porcelain dishes means clay types of utilities. And next one is Zhou dynasty. Zhou dynasty ruled for a longer period. Wu Wang was the famous king of Zhou dynasty. The well-known philosopher of Confucius and Lao Tse lived in this period. Qin dynasty came into power after Zhou dynasty. The name China is derived from Qin dynasty. Shang dynasty, Zhou dynasty, Qin dynasty, Han dynasty and Song dynasties are the important dynasties ruled here. Now Qin dynasty. Chiang Ti was the famous king of Qin dynasty. He unified China and brought it under the uniform law. He was called as the first emperor of China. He built a 1,500 mile long the Great Wall of China to protect China from the enemies. This is a picture of Great Wall of China. China was ruled by Han dynasty after Qin dynasty. Now let us see about Han dynasty. Wu Ti was the famous king of Han dynasty and he established a vast empire in China. They had silk trade with Rome. As a result of the trade route between China and Rome became famous, thus the Silk Route. Buddhism entered China during this period. Art and literature received great patronage during this period. So this period is known as the Golden Age in Chinese history. Wood printing press and production of porcelain dishes started. Mongolians ended the rule of Sung dynasty by conquering Peking, the capital of Sung dynasty. Contribution of Chinese civilizations. They introduced silk and tea to the world. Invention like paper from bamboo, explosive, painting brush, porcelain, mariners, compass. They used pictographic script to write, and they used to write the bamboo strips vertically from top to bottom. Now let us learn about Greek civilization. Greek is a peninsula in Mediterranean Sea. Small mountains and valleys have separated Greek from one another. Greeks belong into a European race. 3,000 years ago, every village of Greek had a king and a council of elders to advise him. As the trade between them increased, the villages became towns and later large cities. These cities became city-states. Each city-state had its own army, administration and guardian deities. Athens and Sparta were the important influential city-states. Political history of Greek civilization. Athens. Athens was an ideal for city-states and had a democracy. Celestians overthrew the kingship of the Athens 2,500 years ago and laid down the base for the democracy. Later, the Pericles period started in Athens. The golden period of Athens as science, arts, literature and philosophy reached their peak during his time. Pericles called Athens as the school of Hellas. Sparta. Sparta was the city of Dorians and it was a military state. When Persian king Darius waged a war on Greece, Athens and Sparta they railed together and defeated Persia. Later a conflict arose between Athens and Sparta. Finally Athens lost and became part of Sparta. The contributions of the Greeks. The contributions of Greeks to the ancient world is enormous. Now let us see what are the contributions. There is a temple of Zeus in Olympia. And this is a picture of the temple of Zeus. All the city-states participated in Olympic Games which was organized in Olympia. The contribution to the field of the philosophy by Greek is of immense value. Socrates was a renowned, important Greek philosopher, famous Greek philosopher, and his students and follower was Plato. His disciple was Aristotle. Plato's disciple was Aristotle. Plato established an educational institution called Academy. And the contributions of the Greek in literature, Demosthenes, the expert orator, Homer as a blind poet, and Iliad and Odyssey was his work. Herodotus and Thucydides gave importance in the historic. They are known as important historians. Aeschylus and Sophocles and Euripides are the drama writers. Polygnotus is a painter. Euclid, Pythagoreans are the mathematicians, famous mathematicians. The Greek sculpture expressed the natural human body and its structure. And Myron was the best known sculptor. The father of medicine, Hippocrates, also was from the Greek. Macedonian King Philip destroyed the democratic system in Greece. And with this, I am going to conclude today's lesson. And next class, I will send you notes. Thank you, students.